everyone, I'm Erica. Welcome to my channel or welcome back. The light is very bright behind me today. It's super cold here. It's under 40 degrees right now, but it's very sunny. So it's been a weird week. I didn't film last week because my husband and I were down with some kind of cold and we're finally feeling a bit better. So I thought I would pop on and do a Dizzyknits episode. But I also wanted to show you guys the one thing I've sewed in the last couple weeks. So I will do that now. So very quickly, I'm wearing the Marion cardigan by Andy Satterland, which has this really cute little pleat detail. Unfortunately, all of Andy's patterns are discontinued, but I made it not too long ago, so I thought I'd make sure that I showed it to you guys since I was wearing it today. And then the thing that I am wearing that is new is the Sew Over It Pussy Bow blouse. And this is the second time I've made this. The first time I made the wrong size. I made the size 8 because I went by finished garment measurements, and I just realized I would rather make the 10, which is the size I should actually be making, so that I have a little bit more ease. So it's a little bit more of a loose fit because I think that's a lot more comfortable for me. So it's got the cute little bow, and then it is, stand up, like a little below the hip length blouse. I'm wearing it with my Pattern Emporium palazzo pants today, so it's really comfortable. But the main thing that I did that makes this exciting for me is after making the much loved society dress from Charm Patterns, I did a whole video on that. I do like the dress I made, but my favorite part of it was the sleeves. So I decided to take the sleeve. Oh, look, I have loose threads. Just ignore those. I decided to take the sleeves from the Sew Over It and sort of style them into something very similar to the Charm society dress sleeves. You see that little pleat right there? So what I did is I went in and took the pattern and cut it off to the length that I wanted it for a short sleeve. Then I slashed and spread it at the top to make a puff sleeve. So that's what you get right there, is that high puff sleeve. I raised the angle on the sleeve cap a little bit, and then I just added 2 inches to the bottom hem and created that pleat. So that came out really good. The fabric is a crepe de chine print, crepe de chine, and it is from Fabric Wholesale Direct. It is 100% poly, but it is extremely like drapey and movable. And for a poly, it actually holds a crease somewhat reasonably well. It's you know, like a lot of polyester, you'll try to like crease it when you're sewing, and it's just like absolutely not. It just pops back up. This one, if you use a clapper, which is like that wooden flat thing you use to press seams, if you use it with a clapper, this one presses pretty well. And it comes in a lot of really great prints. I actually recently made a skirt out of this print. It's a pattern test that I will share with you guys quite soon. But yeah, I was really happy with this blouse, and I was glad to finally feel well enough to wear it today. So what's next? I have been knitting, and I have been knitting the Wondrella cardigan, which is by Tasha Can Make That. I've been knitting it out. Oh, by the way, this yarn is Cascade 220 superwash. And consequently, this next cardigan is also Cascade 220 superwash. And I also have some that I bought recently at a big sale. So I'm using the lemon colorway from Cascade 220. It's the superwash. This is a worsted to DK weight yarn, and my Wonderella is coming along beautifully. So it is a batwing sleeved, very 1950s cardigan, and I have done the whole body. Lord, done the whole body. I have grafted my shoulders together and picked up to create the batwing sleeve. Look at that huge sleeve, right? I only have a little bit left on the sleeve. It's a bracelet I can't talk. It's a bracelet length sleeve. And I just have a few more rows left of the decreases, and then I can do the cuff. And I will just pop it on for you so you can see it, which means I have to take this sweater off again. It's also yellow, and I've never knit anything yellow before. So as you can see, it's a cropped cardigan. Oh, lost something I need. So it's a cropped cardigan, and then you can make it with either a keyhole top, where this all closes up and there's a little keyhole tie here, or a collar, or you can expand the collar and create this little wing collar, which I think is just absolutely darling. So it's a little bit of a dropped shoulder, as you can see, buttons in the front, and this is actually designed to be worn closed. But yeah, that's, I don't know. I'm no idea what I'm gonna wear this with, because like I said, I don't really wear yellow, but it's really, really cute. So that's my Wondrella, and I've got my wing collar. I will finish it with a single or a double crochet around the collar just to like make it look really finished and nice. And then, so I've got this yellow and white ribbon, which is a polka dot grosgrain ribbon to finish my little button band. And then I've got this really beautiful early 1960s buttons. Aren't they the best? So I think that this is going to be really cute when it's done, and I'll probably try to make like something navy to go with it, because I think that'll be nice. Not sure if yellow is my best color, but I am really enjoying the process of making the Wondrella. It is a knit along, and it's still going on Tasha's channel. Like, I want it to be spring, and it's still kind of freezing outside. So the other thing I'm working on is my Stephen West shawl. This was the Hyper Knit Along shawl, and it's the Aurora cabin. And I'm making some pretty serious modifications to this bad boy, because I realized that it was going to be just gigantic. So this is this gorgeous shawl. Here it is, getting it all in the picture. So I have started the border. So you're supposed to do that slip stitch. So it starts with a slip stitch motif, then it goes into this multicolor, then the stripes, and then the multicolor again. There's supposed to be another whole section of the slip stitch stripes, and then another section of the 4-color sort of mosaic pattern. But I have decided to just go right into the chevron border, because as beautiful as this is, if it gets too much bigger, it's gonna be just, I'm not gonna wear it because it's gonna be too big for me. So that is what I'm doing. I'm working on the chevron border now, which you can't really see, but it is started. And I'm using 4 colors of yarn from Forgotten Fiber, and it's on their Dreamy Sock Base. This yarn has been really nice to work with. It's a superwash merino cashmere nylon, so I mean, obviously it's fabulously soft and squishy and delicious. So I would definitely recommend Forgotten Fiber. They're on Etsy, and she does beautiful yarn. So this is my Sweethearts shawl, is what I call it, because these colors really remind me of Sweethearts candy. Oh, I do have a couple stash acquisitions. So one of them is one of my favorite indie dyers, the Sheepy Shire, had a mystery bag that they were offering on Etsy, which had one of their hand-dyed yarns at a pretty steep discount. It was like under $30, $28, $27, somewhere around there. So it was a mystery. I had no idea what I was getting. So I got this, and I ordered on Valentine's Day. So like, how much perfection is that? So this is their staple sock, and this is a wildflower colorway, which means it's kind of like an accidental colorway, or like a one-off colorway. And the staple stock is 75% merino, 25% nylon, and you get 460 yards. So it's 3.5 ounces, 100 grams. And it's just the most beautiful pink speckle. It's like a baby pink and ivory with these blood red, like deep speckles and a little bit of magenta. And then look, there's an area where it's kind of striped a little. So I think this is going to be really nice to mix into like another shawl or something like that. I could make socks out of it, but I won't. But yeah, so I'm really excited about that. And then Little Knits had a sale on Cascade 220. So they had Cascade 220 Superwash on sale. It's a full bag sale. So you get 5 skeins. And it was a smoking deal. I can't remember what the price was, but it was like 1 skein was pretty much free. Is what it comes down to. So that was magnificent. I'm going to open the bag because I haven't even opened the bag yet. I got this very recently. So here we go. It's the same yarn that I used to make this sweater, but as you can see, it's a very different color. So this is a very light, soft blue. Again, not my usual color choice, but I think this would make a really pretty cardigan that I could wear with like navy or with like blue based prints or something like that. I have a lot of like red, white, and blue kind of vintage inspired prints. So one of those might work with this. So yeah, I love this. I think it's really pretty. And it is colorway 884. I think it's a discontinued colorway, and that's why it was on super cheap. But I don't know, 5. So to give you an idea, it takes me 4 skeins of yarn to make the Wondrella is taking about 4 skeins. This took about 4. Because I tend to do my sweaters, as you can see, very cropped. That is just my favorite shape. I wear a lot of fit and flare dresses, so it's really good for that. With my body type, I find waist emphasis is really important for me. So crop sweaters are where it's at. So I'll probably have an extra skein that I can maybe make a hat or something out of. So I'm excited for that. All right, guys, that is all for me today. I hope that you guys are doing really well. I hope you're having a good Monday, and I'll see you next time.